Let's face it, celebrities, they think they're smarter than us. They're always trying to tell us what to do, but there are 12 things that smart people never do in their cruise cabin that I think 12 celebrities would do. So yeah, in your face, smart celebrities. Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to La Lido Loca. I am your host, Tony, and this is episode 2. Episode 2 of my practical cruise tips. Here's the list. Number 1, don't be like Emeril Lagasse. Emeril Lagasse, celebrity chef, Louisiana native, known for his jambalaya. You do not want to be like Emeril and try to make jambalaya in your cruise cabin. It's a wonderful dish, don't get me wrong. The sausage and okra and whatever else goes in jambalaya. But to make it in your cruise cabin, you would need a hot plate because you got to have something to cook on. And while hot plates are prohibited, hot plates, coffee makers, almost any kind of cooking appliance, likely going to get confiscated, could get you kicked off the cruise ship. It would be cool though to be over a hot plate right there in the middle of your cruise cabin and you're putting in the next spice, you're like, bam! No, don't be like Emeril Lagasse. Number 2, don't be like Teresa Caputo. She is also known as the Long Island Medium, and she can apparently commune with the dead, which sounds wild in its own right. Honestly, I'm not really sure how Teresa Caputo does it, and this may not actually apply to her. But in the past, the way you commune with the dead was through a Ouija board, or maybe you had a seance. And if you're doing a seance, a big part of that is a candle. And well, you can't do that on a cruise ship. You cannot have a seance on a cruise ship that requires a candle because you cannot have an open flame in your cruise cabin. You know, I guess you take it to the extreme. Not only can you not have a candle in your cabin, but you couldn't have like one of them mini fire pits either. Don't bring yourself a small charcoal grill. That's what I'm saying. I guess that would be a crossover between Caputo and Emeril Lagasse. He could probably use her hair. No open flames in the cruise cabin. Don't be like Teresa Caputo. Number 3, don't be like Gwyneth Paltrow, famous actor and entrepreneur. She's got a candle that smells like her nether yeehaw, which is wild that people would buy something like that. That's the entrepreneurship going on out there. But she's also known as an avid water drinker. I'm saying don't drink the water in the cabin, but there's 2 types of waters in the cabin. There's the water that comes out of the faucet, and you know, that might seem weird to drink water out of the sink faucet. Don't ever drink out of the toilet. I'm saying that for sure. I wouldn't even drink the shower water, but the water that comes out of the faucet is very purified. And so that water is very drinkable, which would probably be good for Gwyneth Paltrow if she was drinking sink water. But I feel like Gwyneth Paltrow would be drinking the bottled water in the cabin. And that's a no-no unless you want to pay for it. It's not always obvious when you're in your cruise cabin that those bottles of water that they put there for you usually come with some sort of charge. Unfortunately, many cruise lines will say, if you drink this water, it's $4.95. Don't be Gwyneth Paltrow. Don't drink the bottled water. Just use the glass they provide. Drink out of the sink and you can stay hydrated. Number 4, do not be... Oh, I guess it's applicable. All right, get up. Get up, y'all. Dance break. Dance break. All right, we gotta wait for it to come back around. Dance break. It's good. It's good to get the blood pumping. All right, number 4, do not be Drew Carey, famous comedian, host of The Price is Right, and he's also a famous raver. You know the rave. It's where the dance break lasts for more than 20 seconds, and I'm sure people can breathe after that. But yeah, do not throw a party, a dance party particularly, in your cruise cabin. People bring the Bluetooth speaker, they pump the music through it. Loud dance music at night, you know, after midnight. That will get you a knock on the door, if not from your neighbors, but from cruise security. No loud music after hours in your cruise cabin. Don't be the raver Drew Carey. Number 5 on my list, don't be Ashley Olsen. You know Ashley Olsen, part of the Olsen twins. child actors on Full House. They went on to do all the Mary-Kate and Ashley stuff. They are moguls in the entertainment industry, entrepreneurs. And well, Ashley Olsen is a chain smoker, apparently. She smokes a lot. And well, honestly, if that's the case, Ashley may have trouble because there is no smoking in your cruise cabin. You think it's confined, I'm not bothering anybody. Nope. They don't want you smoking up the place, smelling up the sheets, all of that kind of thing. No smoking in your cruise cabin. Do not be Ashley Olsen. And well, number 6, closely related, do not be Snoop to the D-O-double-G. Snoop Dogg, of course, famous rapper, judge on The Voice, all around well-regarded good guy, but also somebody who smokes a lot of weed. As cigarette smoke is not allowed in the cruise cabin, guess what? Weed's not allowed on the cruise ship anywhere, any cruise ship that I know of, and it's certainly not allowed in your cruise cabin. And so yeah, do not be Snoop Dogg. Do not be Snoop Dogg in your cruise cabin. Number 7, do not be John Voight. And honestly, this is the weirdest one on the list to come up with a celebrity for. I Googled famous actors who have abandoned their kids, and there wasn't a lot. So I had to go with an estranged parent. The tip here is do not abandon your kids in your cruise cabin. Do not leave your kids in your cruise cabin without you being there. Famously, there was some influencers that, went to dinner and they had a monitor on the kids, but the kids were there by themselves. And whether you know it or not, a lot of people have access to your cruise cabin. There's a master key out there. No indictment against the cruise staff, but you don't want strangers coming in, walking in on your kids because you're out having some fun and frivolity on the cruise ship. The story with John Voight, obviously his daughter is Angelina Jolie Voight, but they had such an estranged relationship. She started using her middle name as her last name, Angelina Jolie. And that wasn't just an entertainment thing. That was because of the estrangement. They've reconciled and they've fallen apart, that kind of thing. I really couldn't think of good celebrity parents that have abandoned their kids, which I guess is a good thing. There's that whole mommy dearest thing. I was trying to make a wire hanger connection, but either way, do not abandon your kids in your cruise cabin. That's not something to do. And so I guess, hence, therefore, and ergo, do not be like John Voight. Give me just a second. I'm just moving number 8 down to number 12 because it is ridiculous. I shouldn't even include it, but we'll save it. We'll save it until the end. And look, if you're enjoying this episode, please go ahead and hit the like button. If you like staying up to date with everything going on in cruising, hit that subscribe button. More practical cruise tips coming, talking about everything going on in cruising. Doesn't cost anything. Subscribe, notification bell. Thank you in advance. Let's go to new number 8. Let's go to new number 8. Don't be like Led Zeppelin. Unless you could sing like Robert Plant and maybe bring the band back together so John Paul Jones can get a paycheck. Do not be like Led Zeppelin, notorious for destroying hotel rooms. You do not want to destroy any of the property in your cruise cabin. You don't want to break the mirrors. That's 7 years bad luck. You don't want to carve your initials in the furniture because you'll get charged for that. You don't want to throw the TV off of the balcony because, well, you'll get banned from cruising forever. You don't want to bring anything that may mar up the walls. Be careful with those heavy magnets or any kind of things that you're going to hang on the walls. Don't hang anything from the sprinkler heads that could break off and cause water damage to the cabin. It's fun to emulate a rock and roll band. Led Zeppelin's certainly a good one to emulate. Never play Stairway in a music store. Stairway to Heaven, apparently that's a thing. Certainly on a cruise ship in your cruise cabin. Don't act like Led Zeppelin. Number 9 on the list, don't be like Lindsay Lohan. Lindsay Lohan, child actor, someone who had some challenges as a child actor, now making her way as an adult person. There's one thing that she did early in her life that you never want to do in your cruise ship cabin is you don't want to steal stuff. She got busted for stealing, and certainly your fate would be the same as hers if you get caught stealing. What? Shout out Ludacris. Get caught stealing. There's stuff in there that you may want to steal, like bathrobes sometimes, or the towels that they give you for your excursion or for the pool deck. Those things look pretty cool. The artwork, I don't know if anybody's art thieving on a cruise ship. I think you're okay with the pen and the pad, but I would not take the towels or the linens or the bathrobes. Interestingly though, if you did get busted stealing on a cruise cabin, I wonder if you could use the Lindsay Lohan defense. Wasn't she in Parent Trap? Couldn't you be like, oh, it wasn't even my body, it was my mom? Maybe. I don't know. Look, don't act like Lindsay Lohan in your cruise cabin. Number 10 on the list, don't act like Hulk Hogan. Of course, like, don't be a racist and don't do inappropriate things with your best friend's wife. Sorry, Hulk. I mean, that is out there. More specifically, don't do wrestling stuff in your cruise cabin. I'm really thinking about Jimmy Superfly Snuka, but I thought that reference may be too deep of a cut for everybody. But his signature move was to climb up on the top, turnbuckle on the ring, and then he would do like the Superfly. I think this was the move, and then he would jump, and then he would slam down. He would slam down on somebody on the mat. And look, I used to do that as a kid to my brother when he was laying on we had bunk beds. When he was laying on the lower bunk, I would Superfly. And we ended up breaking those bunk beds. What I'm saying is be careful on the furniture. Don't jump up and down on the bed. And also be careful if you're, doing some sort of intimate wrestling, Hulk Hogan style. Those beds on a cruise ship are normally two beds being put together. And so depending on your technique, you could get a knee caught in the gap or some other thing. So there's a lot in that cruise tip. On your next cruise, don't act like Hulk Hogan. The 11th celebrity I would say do not emulate is Chevy Chase. Chevy Chase, of course, comedian, actor, Saturday Night Live alum. He is notoriously known as someone that a lot of people don't get along with. He's kind of a jerk. That's I don't think he would even be mad at that, labeling, because I think a lot of people have said that about him. And so we're going to lump a few things together. Don't be a jerk in your cruise cabin. Don't let the cruise cabin door slam shut. Be mindful of when you're taking your clothes off of the clothes hangers. Don't just rip them off because those things slam into the door. Keep your TV volume down. Don't be loud in your voice when you're in the cruise cabin. Just simple kindness and good etiquette. If there's anything that you're doing that seems obnoxious to you in your cruise cabin, because cruise cabins are so close together and the walls aren't super thick, you may be conveying that obnoxiousness to the cruise cabin next to you. When you cruise, don't be like Chevy Chase. And number 12, I really don't know if I should include this. Okay. Number 12, don't be like Bear Grylls. Bear Grylls is a survivalist. He goes out into nature and he is able to live without the modern comforts and conveniences that most of us enjoy. And he will go to the bathroom anywhere. So when it comes to number 1 or number 2, he'll just don't do that in your cruise cabin. Don't poop in the middle of your cruise cabin floor. Look, I'm sorry. It's funny in my head, just the visual of somebody, squatting on the couch, pooping. That's it. If you want more practical cruise tips, check out this video next. Tony for La Lido Loca. Until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido. Bye.